Hello, readers. Today we're going to be talking about what happens when you read nonfiction or an information text that might be confusing. Are you confused? Is it hard to read? Well, I have a special gift for you, which is a plan for reading nonfiction text. Well, what do I mean by a plan? Imagine you are going to Disney World for the very first time. You would probably buy a map and study it so you know where all the major attractions were, your favorite rides, and places to eat. Well, it's like that when you open up a book and start to read a nonfiction or information text. You want a plan. You don't want to just jump right in because you might get lost. So we call in what I call the Fab Four, the fabulous 4 strategies that will help you get through any nonfiction text. So first we have Peter the Perfect Predictor. I look at the title and headings and pictures and predict what the author will teach me. That helps you bring out all of your background knowledge and gets your brain ready to read. Then we bring in Quincy the Quizzical Questioner after we read a paragraph or a section of the text or a chapter. And this is where you ask the questions to check your understanding. The who, what, where, when, why, and how questions, just like your teacher gives you a quiz at the end to check your understanding. Then we might bring in Clara the Careful Clarifier. Now that's when there is a word that you may not know the meaning of, or maybe even a sentence or some ideas that you might find confusing. You notice the words and ideas that are not familiar and use fix-up strategies to help you understand. Maybe you think about what would make sense, or you might need to look at the glossary, or look at some of the words before and after to help you figure out what the meaning is. Sometimes you just need to even bring in some background knowledge to help you clarify. And finally, before you leave the page, you're going to call in Sam the Super Summarizer. This is where you state the most important information in your own words to lock in the new learning. And it's important that it should be in your own words rather than just the author's words. So let me show you how this works. I have an article here about birds. And I'm going to make a prediction that the author is going to teach me all about the bird's wings because I see the word wing in bold. And on the last paragraph, I see the word eggs and nests. So I think the author is going to be teaching me about birds' eggs and nests. And this is going to be an information article about birds. And I see a picture about a bird sitting on a branch. And I'm going to be bringing in all my background knowledge about birds and how they fly and how they make nests. So let me read this, and then we're going to bring in all of the Fab Four. Birds are animals with feathers and wings. All birds have a backbone. It is also called a spine. Birds have many hollow bones. Hollow bones have empty space inside. They make a bird's body lighter. That helps birds to fly. All birds have wings and legs. Most birds use their wings to fly. A few birds, like penguins, cannot fly. They use their legs to walk, run, or hop. Birds lay eggs in their nests. The eggshells are hard. Birds keep the eggs warm. How? They sit on them until the eggs hatch. Then the mother bird takes care of its baby birds or chicks. So my prediction was pretty right. That was pretty accurate. Now I'm going to bring in my questioner, and I'm going to ask the important questions. So my first question would be, why do birds have hollow bones? And the answer is the bones are hollow, which makes it lighter, their body lighter, and helps them fly. My next question is, what do birds use their wings for? Well, the answer is they use it to fly. However, there are some birds that do not use their wings to fly, such as penguins. And the last question is, how do the eggs hatch? And the answer is that the birds keep the eggs warm and sit on them until they hatch. And so I'm now going to clarify something that's kind of confusing to me. It says that penguins cannot fly and they use their legs to walk, run, or hop. Well, I'm wondering, why do they have wings if they don't use them to fly? And I'm going to guess that Their wings help them to stay balanced when they walk, run, or hop on the ice, and maybe the wings help them swim in the water as well. So that kind of clears up that confusion. Also, just to be sure we understand what hollow means that it has empty space in it, and I'm thinking of like a straw or a pipe, and when there's empty space and air, it's going to make it lighter. So now that I clarified, I'm going to summarize in my own words what I read. So on this page, the author is teaching me all about birds. He's telling me about their wings and how wings are hollow, which helps them fly, and that all birds have wings, but penguins don't use their wings to fly. And finally, birds lay eggs in their nests, and the mother sits on the eggs to keep them warm. And when the eggs hatch, she takes care of them. So that means I totally understand what I have read, and I'm no longer confused. So remember when you're reading nonfiction to call in the Fab Four, and they will help you to get through any nonfiction article. So happy reading.